You know, drones are helping and also hurting flood rescue efforts.
Kerr County officials say a helicopter had to make an emergency landing after being hit by someone's private drone. Heather Sullivan is in studio this morning with a closer look at that issue. Heather, what'd you find out?
Well, Michael Healander is with Airspace Link, which is authorized by the FAA to control drone air traffic, and they work in different areas of the Texas airspace. Thanks so much for joining us, Michael. We appreciate it.
Thanks for having us.
Well, first, can you just describe for me, for lay people who may not understand what the issue is? We heard from the rescue crews early on that they were asking people to stop flying their private drones and, in fact, close that airspace. Can you just describe what the problem has been?
Yeah, the process is a temporary flight restriction is put in place, but it's something that you can't necessarily look in the sky and say, oh, there's a temporary flight restriction. There's protocols that any drone pilot, and this is really an education process for recreational pilots and commercials, that they need to go to an official FAA website to check the airspace anytime they fly. That is part of the rules here in the United States. And that is called the FAA Before You Fly website. And at that location, there are tools to click on and find out what's happening in your airspace and how to fly. So that's number one. If not being done, people are going to tend to violate a lot of these rules and go into restricted airspace.
Since we've heard about this latest incident with the helicopter having to make the emergency landing and the call to, that's been put out for people with private drones to stop flying in the area, has it gotten better, or is it still an issue?
It has gotten better, at least locally there, but it tends to be an issue in any new location this happens, whether it's happening at a baseball game, a large events, big air show in Florida this weekend for the Blue Angels. They're setting up to make sure they're educating, but also putting the equipment in place to be able to detect drones coming into those areas. So it is helping locally there. The more that we can communicate out, just like right now, is be able to put it on the news to not fly in these areas.
Yeah, and when we talk about them being in the area, can you just describe why, like what happens, why it's an issue? Are we talking about possible collisions, or is it an obstruction of view? Like, what are some of the problems that can happen?
Number one is a drone running into any manned aircraft system. There's one thing to drone to run into another drone. That's a different issue. But this is, we need our public safety to be 100% focused on saving lives. And coming into a area like this and having a TFR gives them special abilities to maneuver. Now, there are also public safety drones getting special authorizations to fly in coordination with those aircraft. As soon as someone thinks they're helping out, and it's probably very hard. You can imagine having a drone and you feel like you're helping out and you're flying a drone, but it does slow down the process. And we just had a drone run into a helicopter, and now that helicopter is not able to be used right now to help in the events that are happening. So you just got to restrain from using your drones, even if you really think you're helping.
Yeah, and are there other measures or steps that can be taken to help deter this problem?
There are some executive orders coming down. There's 2 executive orders that have recently been enacted, and that is to help safeguard the airspace, allow public safety and state and local governments to have the tools to start to detect drones coming into these airspaces so that they can at least react and even contact that or find that drone pilot and let them know that they're interfering. Today, they just don't have those tools, even though the tools exist, and a lot of the rules and regulations are there to support them. They just don't have the tools yet, and that's the next thing to come.
Right, and this really underscores what most people don't realize, is that we need air traffic control now that we just have more drones in the airspace in general, that it kind of works like an airport, but it's important for drones as well.
There's millions of drones. There's a lot of people buying drones, and they're starting to do more work for public safety, linear inspection, utilities, farmers, and recreational pilots and weddings and real estate. And now insurance is going to be using it very heavily in that area to assess the damage. So you're right. It is something that is being used as a tool.
Yeah. Well, this was great information. Thanks for shedding light on it and helping us to understand and helping to put the word out for people to keep that airspace open for the rescuers that are doing such critical work. Michael Healander with Airspace Link, we really appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, we'll send things back to you guys.